Welcome to Driveway Garage. Today we're working on splitting some firewood. My stepson said I should change the name of my channel since there's a lot of stuff besides working on cars, like Driveway Handyman or something. I don't know. Anyway, here's my wood splitter. It's a Black Diamond 25 ton, I think. I forget. Anyway, it's been sitting for 5 years. I replaced the carburetor and I now have it in the upright position because I have these big old chunks of wood that I am not even going to attempt to lift. They weigh a couple 100 pounds a pop. It's hard enough just getting them on the wood splitter. Anyway, I like it. It's running pretty good. Seems like better than it was when the carburetor was all plugged up. Now when you have it in the upright position, there's a little lever right there. You just pull on it. You want to hook that on there. That keeps it from folding back down, because sometimes when you get a big piece of wood, it likes to move around. And I've got the wheels chalked with some firewood. Otherwise, sometimes it likes to twist around on you. Anyway, I'm going to set this up on my phone holder, and you guys have the pleasure of watching me split some firewood. Don't get too excited. Hang on. In case you're wondering how I move them, I use a two-wheel dolly. I get it underneath there. In this case, I'm using my axe to hold the other side, otherwise I can't pick it up. I'll show you that real quick, because they are heavy. Okay, it's now in position. See what you guys can see there. Okay, I'll get her started and start splitting some wood. And I pull up this little plastic chair because it's a lot easier on my back than stooping constantly. I'll pause you just for a minute. I've got to get my headphones and stuff. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Well, as you can see, some of it splits easier than others. Like this one, over in here, it'll split really easy because it's pretty straight. But you get in the middle there, it doesn't split it, it just crushes it. This one might not be too bad, it's pretty straight up and down. That one should split easy. That one should split kind of easy. The reason they're like this is because it's several trees that have grown up together. So you just have a lot of forks and twists, and like that one, when I cut it, it's going to be a tough one to split. That little piece there, which isn't that little, it's 1.5 feet across, it'll split pretty easy. This one, not so sure. It's about 3 feet across. And this one should split pretty easy. It's pretty straight. This pile I have here that's separate was from some dry wood that I got. They're supposed to be building houses back here on this 8 acres. And you can't see it from here, but back that direction, there's a pile of wood and junk. I asked the owner, he said I could take the smaller stuff. So stuff that was like telephone pole size and a little bigger, and it's been there for about 3 years, 2 years. It's really dry, so I cut it up, split it. I'm going to sell it separately. I've got that pile over there that's pretty dry. If somebody wants to burn it in a month or two, I think it'll be pretty good. I had 4 rows over there. I sold it all, and it's all from this tree. But these big pieces, like the one you see right there, I just cut that one down a couple weeks ago. And it's so big, I've got to split it. I'm gonna have to somehow figure out how to cut it, because that's a 4-foot crowbar, and it's wider than that. So I'm gonna have to cut it somehow. I don't even know how I'm gonna cut it, but it'll make a lot of firewood when it's done. But I don't have a saw big enough to even do it, cutting from both sides. If it was standing sideways, I could almost get through it, I think, but laying down like that, it's not going to happen. And down at the base there, it's about 3 feet across, and I have a 20-inch blade that cuts about 18 inches. Anyway, back to the wood splitter. I like it. If you have some really gnarly wood, like this piece here, it takes a lot longer, because you just have to really work at it. You have to turn it a couple times to get it to split. But as you saw on this straight stuff, it just, as soon as the wood splitter hits it, it just cracks and pull it apart by hand. It makes it a lot faster. So if you got nice straight wood, like this piece it might not fit in the splitter because it's not cut to 16 inches, but it'll split pretty nice. This one, not so nice. That's two trees grown together. You can see at the bottom it's got bark in the middle, and it'll probably be a booger splitting it, but I just twist and turn it, try to get it lined up right, and it doesn't split too bad. But the hardest part of these things is just getting them over to the splitter and then maneuver them once you get over there, because like that one, I'm sure it weighs 200 pounds. The smaller pieces that are like a foot across, they're great. I'm also looking at getting one of these 4-way wedges that will slip over that. When I have smaller wood, I can cut it, split it 4 times. Well, split it twice. You'll have 4 pieces, and you don't have to do it twice or 3 times. Anyway, when I have smaller wood, I lay this thing down, which is what I do with most of this, because it's easy to pick up. But these big logs, there's no way I'm going to try to pick those up. I'm also going to get one of those trays that bolts to the side of this, so when it is in the horizontal position, you can lay a log there. When you split a log, it won't fall on the ground. I do like the fact that the engine sits forward, so when a piece of wood falls off, it doesn't land on top of the engine, at least so far. Well, that's my black diamond log splitter, and I paid $800 for it, and $15 for a carburetor, and it's doing the job good. If you guys are thinking about buying a wood splitter versus doing it by hand, I highly recommend it, because you can split a lot of wood really fast. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.